Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is No Dust here, bringing you another episode in the Rogue Hearthstone laddering experiment. So let's just hop back in. So I did 4 practice games off camera because I couldn't stand to bet. I couldn't stand to expose you guys to me playing against expert computers and losing. Actually, I lost to the mage, which is a little bit embarrassing, but oh well. We got a pack. And we will get another pack as well. Let's open the pack now and see what we can find. If we find anything for the rogue, I will add it to our deck and update our deck list. So you might be able to see over here that we have a fancy new dust counter. I've decided to add this to my videos just to help me keep track of how much my deck is costing as compared to how far I'm getting in the ladder. And it might give you guys an idea of what sort of things you might need to get past a certain rank. Okay, would I put any of these in Rogue? Silverhand and Darkhind, I would. So let's have a look and see if we can fit them anywhere. Let's just weed out these. I'm a little bit OCD like this. I have to get rid of the shiny thing. And just in case you guys didn't know, to find new cards you type new in the search and they'll all come up, so you don't have to go. Previously I was going, oh, I've got a new hunter card, right? Well, where is it? And you don't have to do that anymore, just type new. I don't know why it was more obvious from, like, I had to learn this from streamers and online and stuff. Anyway, so let's look at our deck and let's see where we can fit in. So we got a Dark Iron. Actually, let's just look for commons, because I have not got anything else to put in this deck. Classic commons. Okay, so we've got a Dark Iron, and we have a Silver Hand. I'm probably going to trade out a Frost Wolf for a Silver Hand, as it's more consistent. Frost Wolf is bad if you don't have a board. Silverhand is much stronger if you just play it onto an empty board. Dark Iron is excellent. I think I will replace it with Yeti. Sorry, I will replace Yeti with it, as it's a very strong tempo card. And Senjin is actually faster than Yeti. Taunt is faster than just a vanilla card that doesn't have any text, because when Senjin comes onto the board, he can start blocking damage for me immediately, whereas Yeti needs a turn to get ready. So I think I will trade out the Yeti, because the rogue is all about tempo. Okay, so this will obviously change our dust balance. So give me a moment while I disappear into the YouTube vortex and update some things. Welcome back, everybody. Well, it would have felt like zero time, actually. I have returned from the indeterminate wasteland that is the YouTube vortex, and as you can see, we have updated our deck list. So let's hop in and give our new deck a spin. So just to reiterate on the vision I have for this series. I want to see how far I can take a blank rogue run using as little dust as possible. You know, not crafting any legendaries, epics, or using any adventure cards. I want to see how far I can get as simulating a beginner player situation, and just only having enough cards from packs, only having enough dust from maybe a lucky legendary that you disenchant. So far we're doing okay, and I think with the addition of the Squire attend me. I don't know what the card, Silverhand Knight, sorry, and the Darkhind Dwarf. It should improve our win rate by significantly. Oh dear. Okay, this is our first Dragon Priest. We're going to have a lot of trouble here. I expect we'll have a lot of trouble here. I have to backstab this. The thing with Priest is, if you leave anything up on the board, they will start buffing and healing, and you will never get rid of it. It's really, in my opinion, it's all or nothing with a priest. Either you clear its minions straight away, or you just leave them. Because if you, I think I'm just gonna pass. Because if you go halfway, you deal. Say I hit that for 1 damage, you can just heal it up. There we go, see? If I had left the first Wormrest agent up, it would have been power word shielded, and I basically would have had no chance to get rid of it.
Not quite what was planned.
Don't want to hear it. Luckily, he forgot to attack. Doesn't mean too much, but this is a good challenge. The Senjin is a good challenge to the buffed up Wormrest, because if he attacks in, he has to heal, otherwise I can deadly up and clear it, which is definitely my plan next turn. I'm probably going to Gnomish Deadly. Yeah, depending on whether he didn't attack. Okay, that's not too bad. I think I'm still going to do Gnomish Deadly. Gnomish Deadly. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I can clear the Wormrest very, very conveniently. Here we go. And this is actually a good situation to have a 3-attack taunt. Often with death rattles, you don't want the death rattle to trigger. Like the death rattle, most death rattle minions are defined by their death rattle effect, and you don't want it to trigger if you can help it. Say I had a 4 attack minion there being taunting, he could have Blackwing Corrupted, say, my face, and then run this in, and then given the Blackwing Corruptor an extra 3 health. But he didn't have that option here. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Is there any point in buffing this? No, there isn't. I need to take this down first. I can't have the Blackwing Corruptor buffed by the cultist. I need to take this down first, and then I will develop my Razor Fen and Shattered Sun. The question is, do I buff the Boar or do I buff the Razor Fen? Usually against Priest, you want to buff minions out of 2 health range, because if he Holy Novas now, I am... if he Holy Novas, I'm still very far behind, but if I had buffed the Boar, I would be even further behind. Yeah. So this is really... a dex like this is really what I'm trying to... Let me rephrase. When you come to a game like Hearthstone, and then you queue up, and then you do okay, you know, oh, you get out of rank 25, you know, you get to rank 20, and then you just start facing Secret Pally, you know, Dragon Priest, Slambash Warrior. And what does that do for a new player's morale? Like, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? It's really, really demoralizing. And the real goal of this series is to show that you can beat these cards and you can beat these players. Well, you can't really beat the cards, because if I go up against the Slambash Warrior with a full set, there's not much I can do. I can tempo them out. And that's why I love Rogue, because you can beat any class with any class if you know what you're doing, if you pay attention to the strengths of the class, and if you use your advantages against their disadvantages. The disadvantage of Dragon Priest is that it's very slow. To put so many dragons in your deck, you have to cut a fair amount of removal. Okay. You have to cut a fair amount of removal. You have to cut a fair amount of, like, say, Dragon Priest decks don't tend to run things like Shadow Madness. I'm still in a lot of trouble. I think I have to sap the Drake just to give myself some breathing space. I'm still in a lot of trouble here, though, so, you know, I'm not expecting to win this game. But if we do run up against a lot of Dragon Priests, I'll have to think of something to incorporate into the deck, something to craft, perhaps to help me combat them. I don't think there are too many, because whilst Dragon Priest is a popular deck archetype, I find that the latter is more likely to contain aggro and early game classes, and Dragon Priest is really a control deck. And I think we are done here. Oh, no, we're not quite done, but I'm still going to take a ton of damage. Yeah, I'm basically done. I died to 3 damage. Holy Nova and Holy Smite, or anything along those lines. Valen's, Holy Smite, things like that. I don't think a Dragon Priest would run Valen's either, although it's hard to say. Yeah, okay, sure, well played. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, let's record the loss. But I think we are actually entitled to another pack. So let's see what is actually going to happen here. Yeah, first blood and then another pack. Let's do this. Play 3 games. Awesome. Alright, so we have a couple of packs coming our way. So regardless of whether we do well or not, we will be able to really ramp up the progression of this deck. And not in the sense that, you know, not in the sense that I'm going to craft legendary cards. The best I'll be doing is a couple of commons and rares. Now, Earthen Ring is good for Rogue, and Cold Blood is good for... Cold Blood is okay. Cold Blood really fits in a aggressive deck, a hyper-aggressive deck, because if you think about it, Cold Blood needs a minion to work, right? It's easy to think about cards as, oh wow, Rockbiter gives 3 attack to any. Well, Rockbiter is a little bit different because Rockbiter you can use on your face. Shaman can Rockbiter himself to attack, but Cold Blood has to go on a minion. So if you use Cold Blood to clear something, it's actually a 2-for-1 or a 1.5-for-1 because you're using Cold Blood and one of your minions to clear one of their minions. The best use of Cold Blood is actually to put it on your minion and force them to clear your minion. In that case, then you gain a ton of damage to their face, and then they're forced to attack you. The problem is, I don't have the cards to run a hyper-aggressive rogue deck. I need a whole load of other things. So for now, we're just going to go with the Farseer, and we are going to we'll see what we can put in and take out. Flesh Eating is not bad either. But I don't really, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay. It's just a little slow. I'll have to think about it. I'll park that, as some teachers say, and I'll think about it later. I'm definitely taking out the Razor Fen and putting in the Earthen Ring. And I will again disappear into the YouTube vortex and update some deck lists. Okay, once again, I have returned from the void. So let's queue up again with our brand spanking new deck that costs 200 gold, 200 dusts, and see how we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited to roll out our brand spanking new deck with an entire 120 dust extra value. Okay, is this a worthy keep? Weapon up onto Shattered Sun 3. Am I likely to keep the Voodoo Doctor around? Is he gonna be able to clear it? I'm going first, so he can coin out Muster. He can coin Muster on turn 2. I think I should throw it back for something better. I could be wrong. I'll try to remember. Okay, that's probably better because it's a more independently strong card. Dark Iron on an empty board is better than Shattered Sun on an empty board. Shattered Sun has a lot of the value of Shattered Sun comes from the quickness of the buff, and if you don't have anything in the buff, you're in trouble. Whereas Dark Iron is not too bad. Okay, this isn't too bad. I'm definitely going to use my weapon. I'm not going to use. Definitely going to use my weapon to protect my Voodoo Doctor. Yeah, so I'd like to hear you guys' feedback on the changes that I've made to the deck. Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? What would you have done in your situation with the cards that I was given? Would you have disenchanted all the other class cards? I'm inclined to keep the class cards around, actually, because is this a Cancer Paladin? Just like face Pally with Divine Favor. I'm going to have to start burning backstabs very soon, otherwise he's going to Divine Favor me for a ton. Yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think, and see if there are any suggestions. And if I like the suggestions, I'll definitely incorporate them into the deck. And don't worry, I'll give you credit. Yeah, it's like a Cancer Pally. I shouldn't say cancer. It's not a. Is it a PC term? I don't even know. I don't even care. To be honest, I don't even care. So many terms are PC these days. Like, you're not allowed to say gay. But anyway, let's not get into it. I'm going to get into a lot of trouble if I start talking crap out of my bum like that. Okay, double backstab is fine here, especially since I am sensing a Divine Favor deck. Be quiet, please. Do I want to draw a card, or do I want to... If I draw a card, it gives him another Divine Favor to pick up. But he's got to be paying 3 mana next turn to Divine Favor, so that's fine. I think that's okay. It's going to take up most of his turn. He won't be able to develop much of a board if he Divine Favors. If he doesn't Divine Favor, I'm expecting a Shredder. And we have a very strong answer to Shredder in the form of Shattered Sun, because Shredder is very weak to 3/5s. Unfortunately, no one. Okay, it's very cancerous. Very cancerous. I see what you're doing. I see what you're. Oh, you're playing defensive. Okay, that's a great sign. Whenever you find that an aggro deck is playing defensively against you, you've overcome a hump. You've come over the hill. The hard part is done. He hasn't been able to start very strongly against me. He's given me an extra mana crystal, which is. I'm not sure how good an idea that is. I think I would have used any other removal other than that, which leads me to believe that he has no other removal other than Arcane. Although, why would you run Arcane into my Gnomish? You're sacrificing... Because I would have killed Gnomish... I would have killed Arcane with Gnomish or something else anyways. Anyway, maybe I'm thinking too much at rank 19. Okay, a 2-card Divine Favor is not too bad. Oh, this is excellent. Allows me to clear the owl for free, and we have a very strong board. Aggro decks tend not to run a lot of removal or board flip cards. Board flip cards such as Quality Consecrate or just straight up Consecrate. Yeah, no, that's not going to win you the game, dude. Yeah, we're in an excellent position now, thanks to the double backstab. Really, the double backstab has done a lot of work for me. We have. Do I have lethal? No, I don't. No, I don't. But we are pushing very strongly for the face. And you see, we've already done a ton of work with Dark Iron. Dark Iron allowed me to trade my Horse Rider into the King's Up Argent Squire. I don't know why you have Iron Beaks in this deck. You shouldn't run a. You have Aldor. Anyway,
the victory is yours.
Paladins have Aldor. And Aldor is so much stronger than Darkrai, in my opinion, that is, because whatever gets buffed, you can just Aldor it back down to 1 health, and Aldor is a stronger minion for the mana cost. Anyway, let's queue back up and see how we go. Yeah, so like I was saying, Aldor is it's a much higher value card. I think he doesn't have Aldor. He must have net decked like a cancerous pally deck and just put in what he had and added in some owls, because owls don't fit in. I don't think owls fit in. Mage, don't want to sap. No, I don't think owls fit in aggro pally. I think Aldor. I think you would still put Aldor, although Aldor is mostly a defensive card. Or in my opinion, I would put Aldor because it eliminates a lot of high endgame threats. And if you needed to get rid of taunts with pally, I would probably run a Spellbreaker. In my opinion, the only reason you'd run an owl is if you're a hunter and you have beast synergy, or if you have some sort of niche brew deck, which is something I like to do from time to time, like Brew Rogue. Let me explain that a little more. It's sort of like you put a lot of return effects in your deck. So you put the Brewmasters, you put 1 or 2 Shadow Steps. You could even put Anubar ambushes that return randomly. And you just keep reusing your battle cries, and it's like a super high control rogue with heal bots. It's a lot of fun if you know what decks your opponents are playing, and that's sort of my style. I like to think about what decks they're playing and expect what they have, so that say I'm facing against a mage. If I was playing Brew Rogue, I would probably want to dig for Kazan, and if I had Kazan in my opening mulligan, I'll just keep it. And I will just hold it until he plays 1 or 2 secrets. Or 1 secret. Steal the secret, brew it back, steal another secret. The game's basically over once that happens. I do want to tax him. So just to reiterate, what does taxing mean? Taxing means playing a 1 health minion into a hero power that does 1 damage. As we can see here, Mage hero power does 1 damage. It forces him to make a choice. Do I clear the 2/1? Do I clear the Murloc Raider, or do I develop my own 2-drop minion? And often 2-drops only have 2 health. See here? He only has 2 health. So he decided to just develop the Mad Scientist, which means I can clear it with my Murloc. Am I doing anything else this turn? I could possibly coin Shattered Sun and just go past. And I think that's the right move. As I was saying last game, Death Rattle minions, a lot of their value comes from the Death Rattle, particularly with something like Mad Scientist. It's more powerful for a Mad Scientist to die than for a Mad Scientist to hit you for 2 every turn. So if that's the case, assuming it's better for the Mad Scientist to die, in ASU Devil's mind, then he is more inclined to trade into your things. as he's doing now. It's better for him to get the value from the Mad Scientist. So you almost always want to ignore Death Rattle cards. The exception being Shredder, because it is so damn powerful. And I will talk about Shredder. You will hear me talk about Shredder. I will play Ooze first, just to check for Mirror Entity. No Mirror Entity. Okay, let's just go in. I'm sensing a counter spell or something spell related. It's not a ice barrier. It's not a copy. It could be a his minion sided thing, which is like say duplicate or effigy. Although I'm not really sensing it with a Gilbert Stalker. Well, you wouldn't really play a Gilbert Stalker into. You might play it into duplicate. I don't think you'd really play it into effigy. Because effigy relies on your minions dying, and if you have stealth, well, your minions aren't going to die, are they? So I think it might be a duplicate mage of some sort. Oh, we'll see. So yeah, just to add some context to our games today, it is the 6th, I don't know, 6th, whatever. Whichever way I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I'm going to annoy somebody. It is the 6th of November here where I am, and so we are 6 days into the November season, and I was expecting a little bit more stiffer competition, really. To be honest, I was expecting a little more competition. Okay. That's a duplicate. You play like that, that's a duplicate. Do I want to give him... No. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw a card, then I'm going to backstab the Shredder, and I'm not giving him the duplicate of the Shredder. He either chooses to go face or get value. He can get value from the Shredder, but he's not getting a duplicate Shredder out of that. I'm not giving him that. I'm not giving him that. It's too strong. Having 2 extra Shredders in your hand, just how strong Shredder is. Shredder at a 4/3 challenges every 3-drop and most 4-drops. Most 4-drops do not have 5 health. The only 4-drop that has 5 health, the only 4-drops that I can think of that have 5 health, that are meaningful to the game, that's fine. I'll give you 100 copies of those. Should I develop assassins? Because I could shoot that and run in. Let's do this first and see actually what the secret is. Yeah, you can have as many oozes as you want, dude. Do I want to clear this? Is it imperative to clear this? If I play Silverhand, it gets a 2-for-1. So yeah, I'm going to clear this. I'm going to develop my weapon and clear this. Yeah. I could have alternatively shot the ooze with a storm pike and then run the Murloc in, but I'm taxing him again. I want to tax him. I want to slow him down as much as possible. And you know, get to play my threats and so on and so forth. So they're back to Shredder. At 4 attack, it challenges most 4-cost minions. The 4-cost minions that have 5 health or more that are relevant are Senjin and Yeti and Mechanical Yeti. And no one really plays any of those except Senjin. Okay, Squire attend me? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I should have played Voodoo. Lucky that I didn't. Lucky that it wasn't. Basically, lucky that it wasn't Mirror Entity. What I should have done there, and that was a misplay from me, is play Voodoo first and to check for Mirror Entity, and then drop down the Silverhand. Yeah, this is a duplicate deck. This is like a duplicate grindy deck. Oh, excellent! This is such a good card. Sap it in. Because against a duplicate grinding deck, you don't want him duplicating Sludge Belchers. You're going to be here forever if he's duplicating Sludge Belchers. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send everything in, and then I'm going to shoot the Mad Scientist just to protect my board. Okay, it's fine. You can have as many Mad Scientists as you want, dude. As long as they're not Sludge Belchers, I'm gonna start bashing your head in. Yeah, so the game plan for a deck like this is really to develop duplicate. So let's just look at what duplicate does. It gives you 2 copies of a minion that recently died, and in conjunction with something like Sludge, does a ton of work. But he already duplicated 2 things. He duplicated the Mad Scientist and he duplicated some oozes. So this thing is not getting duplicated. So I can clear it safely without worrying too much about the ramifications. And I don't know if I can push for lethal. Effigy is fine, I don't care. Well, it's not a bad effigy. Do I have lethal? Yes, I do. Well played. 7 plus 2. I'm already feeling this deck forming better. Doing a ton of work, just thanks to a little bit of change, just a little bit of improvement, yeah? So it's really encouraging. So I fully expect us to be able to reach rank 15 within a couple of episodes. Okay, so I'm going to wrap things up here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the couple of changes that I've made to my what do I say? Production. Let's just say production. And I just want to thank you guys in advance for liking, commenting, subscribing, whatever the hell you want to do, sharing. I do this for love. If I did this for the money, I'd be broke as hell. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. No Dust signing off.